Ladies and gentlemen, today's graduation ceremony is about to begin. Swinburne University of Technology Acting Chancellor, Mr. Andrew Dix, will preside over the ceremony. Mr. Dix will be preceded into the hall by Ms. Cheryl Fullwood, the mace bearer. The mace is the symbol of institutional authority and is carried as a symbolic weapon of protection. The presiding officer and mace bearer are members of the official party who will be escorted into the hall by the academic procession. We ask you to respect the dignity of the occasion and remain in your seat throughout the ceremony, especially while the graduates are being presented on stage. The academic procession is about to enter the hall. Would you please stand?
Please remain standing for the national anthem. The words will be displayed on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. My name is Professor Glenn Bates, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Student Advancement. I'd like to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony. This is one of 4 ceremonies the University is holding this week for more than 1,600 Swinburne graduates. It's now my pleasure to introduce the people who are seated on stage. Seated at the centre of the stage is Mr. Andrew Dix, Councillor, who will preside over this ceremony. The Councillor is joined today by Professor Linda Christensen, Vice-Chancellor and President, Swinburne University of Technology, Professor Michael Gilding, Executive Dean, Faculty of Business and Law, Professor Scott Thompson-Whiteside, Dean, School of Design. The other staff seated on stage are academics and professional staff who have played such a large part in the success of today's graduates. Now it gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Andrew Dix, Councillor, Swinburne University of Technology, to formally open proceedings.
Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Council, members of staff, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Swinburne University of Technology, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this graduation ceremony. We're very pleased that so many of you have been able to attend to make this a special occasion. This ceremony acknowledges the academic and research achievements of our students and represents a significant step in their process of lifelong learning. As a mark of respect to Australia's Indigenous people, Swinburne University of Technology acknowledges the Wurundjeri people as the traditional custodians of the land where we now meet to conduct this important ceremony. I would like to pay my respects to elders past and present of the Kulin Nation and extend that respect to other Aboriginal people present. On the occasion of this ceremony, the Council and staff of the University wish to offer their congratulations to the graduates on their achievement. For all of us, this ceremony is a significant milestone. For the graduates, it acknowledges the culmination of years of study, hard work and achievement. For the parents, families and friends of the graduates, it is an important public recognition of all the sacrifices that you have made and all the support that you have provided to the graduates. Today is an opportunity to celebrate this shared achievement. You, like we, will feel a great sense of pride and happiness in seeing your friend or family member succeed in this most significant way. For the academic and professional staff of the university, there's an enormous satisfaction in seeing our students successfully complete their studies. And while this ceremony rightly celebrates the achievements of our students, it's also an important occasion for the university. Swinburne prides itself on the quality of its teaching and learning and the excellence of its research. This celebration gives public recognition of Swinburne's commitment to provide our students with a range of high-quality educational qualifications. These qualifications will assist them to make an ongoing contribution to their chosen profession and, importantly, to their particular community. Swinburne is committed to being a nationally and an internationally recognised institution in science, technology, design, business and innovation, where our educational programs and our research are relevant to the world community as well as to Australia. We're dedicated to this goal because increasingly our graduates are required to work outside of Australia and establish successful international careers. And our researchers routinely collaborate with scholars from around the world. I now call upon Professor Linda Christensen, Vice-Chancellor and President of Swinburne University of Technology, to introduce the next part of the proceedings.
Councillor, I call upon Professor Judith Kinnair to present herself for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa, in recognition of her distinguished contribution to science and higher education. Professor Judith Kinnair was appointed as the Vice-Chancellor of Massey University in 2003 and held this position until 2008. This represented an historic moment, as Professor Kinnair was the first female Vice-Chancellor of any New Zealand university in their 140-year history. This followed an impressive career in tertiary institutions in Australia, commencing in 1972. Professor Kinnair worked in the Centre for Adult Education. At the Lincoln Institute of Health Sciences, she was the chair of the Department of Human Biosciences at La Trobe University. She was a professor of biological sciences and the dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences at the University of Sydney, and then became the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of International Development at the University of Sydney. Throughout her career, Professor Kinnair has attained positions that had previously been dominated by men, and in so doing, served as an inspirational role model for other aspiring female academics. Professor Kinnair is the chair of the Board of Directors for the University of Sydney Foundation Programme, which facilitates student entry into university. This is a joint venture between the Commercial Study Group Australia and the university, and was initiated and guided by Professor Kinnair. She is also a fellow of the Linnean Society of London, a society dedicated to maintaining plant and animal research collections. Since retiring from Massey University, Professor Kinnair has returned to Australia, continuing to undertake postgraduate studies herself. She has become highly engaged with Swinburne, which has included accepting an invitation to become a member of the Vice-Chancellor's Circle. She also created a scholarship in her name at Swinburne University, which encourages students to travel overseas to further their career opportunities. It is most appropriate to acknowledge Professor Kinnair's significant career, her contributions to science and higher education, acting as a role model for all academics in Australasia through this honorary award. Councillor, it is with great pleasure that in accordance with Swinburne University of Technology legislation, I present to you Professor Judith Kinnair for admission to the degree of Doctor of University honoris causa in recognition of her distinguished contribution to science and higher education. Councillor, it's with pleasure that I invite Professor Judith Kinnair to say a few words on this very special occasion.
Acting Chancellor Dix, members of the Council of Swinburne University, Vice-Chancellor Linda Christensen, and members of the academic community, soon to be new graduates, family and friends of the about to be new graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day for me, and I extend my sincere thanks to the Council of Swinburne University for the great honour that they have extended in awarding me an honorary doctorate of this university. So many days in one's lifetime pass, and the events of those days are soon lost from memory. Other days, however, remain vividly in one's memory and will not be forgotten. For me, today is such a day, and for you, soon-to-be graduates, this is another day that is a very significant day in your lives. Each of you will shortly process onto the stage and receive your testament. That's a fairly short journey. But this short journey marks an important transition for you. For some of you, it's a transition from being undergraduate to a graduate of the university. For others, you are moving from graduate to postgraduate. Some of you will take out an award, a doctoral award, and that will be the peak of qualification for you. For many of you, your degree is an entree to the professional career in which you will apply your personal talents and the skills and attributes that have been fostered through your studies at Swinburne. I trust that you will not rest content with what you've achieved to today, but that you will continue to develop academically and personally through a commitment to lifelong learning, whether formal or informal. I'd just like to identify, I think, a wonderful example of a lifelong learner, someone who lived in the 19th century, one Thomas Henry Huxley. He had a few years of formal schooling from aged 8 to 10. After that, he was a voracious reader in any and every subject. In his adolescence, he learned German and later Italian and French. He won a scholarship and entered university and completed a medical degree. He then became a surgeon in the Royal British Navy, but in his spare time, when he was on ships, he carried out research on marine life, and some of his findings with regard to jellyfish still stand as the classic research studies in those animals. On leaving the Navy, he became a university lecturer. In his 40s, he taught himself Latin and Greek, and by the end of his academic career, he had published more than 100 learned papers across a variety of areas. Now, I think that's a pretty good example of a commitment to lifelong learning. What do I wish for each of you as about to be new graduates? Use your skills with compassion and understanding. Do not make the mistake of equating knowledge with wisdom or pomposity with substance or propaganda with the truth. Keep an open mind and have an attitude of inquiry. Ask why, but also ask why not. And believe in your own ability to make a difference. The future is yours. Grasp it with confidence. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Kinnear, for your insightful comments and our hearty congratulations on today's recognition of your inspiring achievements. Would all graduates now please stand? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Swinburne University of Technology, I admit the duly authorised graduates to the appropriate awards and to all the rights and all the privileges of those awards. Congratulations. Please be seated. I now call upon Professor Michael Gilding, Executive Dean, Faculty of Business and Law, to present the graduates from the Department of Design, Media and ICT and the Faculty of Business and Law.
Councillor, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. As Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law, it gives me great pleasure to present the graduates from the Department of Design, Media and ICT and the Faculty of Business and Law class of 2015. At Swinburne Business School, we're proud of our long history in industry-based learning and entrepreneurship education, our dedicated commitment to innovation in teaching and research, our capstone units which round out our students and connect them with industry, and our thriving alumni associations which connect our students across Australia and worldwide. Above all, we are proud of our thousands of graduates worldwide whom you join today. I encourage each and every one of you to remain engaged with the school and the university through our alumni associations, and I hope to see you at Swinburne Business School alumni events in the future. We salute your achievement, we congratulate you on the hard work that made it possible, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavours. Councillor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom an award has been conferred. For the Certificate 4 in Information Technology Networking, Kuok Ni Kwak. For the Diploma of Design, Unilink, Alexander Glenn Ostoya Solecki. Anthony Sam. For the Diploma of Events, Alice Brush. Dominic Julius Cooper. For the Diploma of Graphic Design, Hayley Jane Goodgame. For the Diploma of Information Technology Unilink, Idas Linus Nicholas Domus Viciusis. Dimitri Stefanou. For the Diploma of Information Technology Systems Administration, Christopher John Ralph. For the Diploma of Interior Design and Decoration, Sarah Leslie Lewis. Natasha Siu Ling Teo. For the Diploma of Project Management, Jenny Lim. For the Advanced Diploma of Occupational Health and Safety, Sarah Jane Lambert. For the Bachelor of Business Advertising, Carissa Ann Tessier. For the Bachelor of Business, Business Analysis, Sachini Kaushalya Ahangama Vitanage. For the Bachelor of Business, Logistics and Supply Chain Management, Jessica Hunter. Michael Anthony Kakavoulis. Joseph Kaboli Nasen DeLuca. Malinga Chaturanga Piyasena. Tessa Monique Stasia Scholes. Orson Tonkin. Alan Henry Vassallo. For the Bachelor of Business Marketing, Auntie Balu Caselis. James Francis Cavagion. Bernadette Angelica Chanel. Jessica Rose Cruff. Natalie Catalina Dewberry. Rachelle Garcia. Lauren Marie Jansen. Alicia Caritsas. Anthony Kapathakis. Seja Cecile Latinma. Belinda Letts. Emily Lorraine Marshall. Katie Louise Mason. Kylie Michelle McAlpine. Jonathan Charles Mayer. Hannah Renee Napolitano. Michaela Noonan. Adair Patricia Potter. Demetrius Christopher Sturges. Adrian Teng Sun Tomo. Jenny Trung. Gabrielle Urquhart. Sarah Wilson. For the Bachelor of Business, Public Relations, Loretta Josephine Cormick. Tani Narelle Jameson. Traxel Leanne Sylvia Matanda. Michelle Rocio Mata. Pham Chao Yen Tui. Kate Madeline Weston. For the Bachelor of Business, Tourism Management, Tarquin Jeremy Glavimans Holston. Alicia Secon. For the Bachelor of Business, Tourism and Hospitality Management, Elvin Leong Chiang Lim. Samir Anwar Shachi. Ning Yi Young. For the Bachelor of Business Information Systems, Paul Antoniadis. Sambid Kumar Bajracharya. Philip Kukumakis. Benjamin Luke Etzek. Aaron Christopher Harkness. Christopher Dirk Johnston. Benjamin Mengyu Lim. Bree Lloyd. Ashley Chirk Manmak. Min Duke Nguyen. Michael Alec Trainer. For the Bachelor of Business Information Systems and Bachelor of Business, Stephen Haskell Brown. Oscar Kim Tan. Natalie Jade Van Dort. For the Bachelor of Business Information Systems and Bachelor of Commerce, Andrew Chow. Jonathan J. Den Kang. Erica Lay. Andrew Francis Morton. Michelle Mary Ann Raffaella Spiteri. Aaron Heath Taylor. Dylan James Templeton. Rukmal Danan Jaya Widyananda. Tina Ann Vilaz. For the Bachelor of Commerce, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Cassandra Lee Scholes. Daniel Aaron Shaman. Tanundorn Sarathawarn. For the Bachelor of Commerce, Human Resource Management, T. Kim Nok Truong. For the Bachelor of Commerce, Marketing, Maya Natasha Amaz. Jeffrey Cardullo. James Lawrence De Bono. Kelly Lorraine Furness. B. Luo. Benjamin James Matthews. Melissa Wenmi Nguyen. Dang Hai Nguyen. Sharaya Ratnayake. Jamil Rehman. Rochelle Rizzio. Elizabeth Mary Simpson. Renee Sinney. Simone Rose Starikov. Jack Edward Vincent. Tom Edgar Woodman. Umara Zahidi. Nathan Philip Zara. Zheng Zheng. Anthony Leon Zilka. Ekaterina Zubkova. For the Bachelor of Information Technology, Callum John Adams. Joshua Stephen Birrell. Alexander Michael Castricum. James Cameron Darney. Joshua Mark Deacon. Ma Dominique Dunca. James Francis Faithful. Christopher Walter Franco. Stuart Michael Goodwin. Sean Alexander Bretag Hill. Matthew James Horn. Kirsty Alice MacDonald. Mitchell John McNaughton. Scott Alexander Meads. Alexander Graham Newton-Levy. Claire Alexandra Peterson. Christopher Y. Lim Phan. Dylan John Ratcliffe. Alexander Joe Sir Giovanni. Kyram Clyde Steele. James Bao Hui Ting. Yung Hui Aaron Shao. James Neil Vincent Vina. Daniel Watt. Xu Zhang. For the Bachelor of Technology, Information Systems, Anthony John Andaloro. Bronwyn Louise Dawes. Daniel Anthony Dogan. Salvatore Almendo Janssen. Simon McLean Jensen. Michelle Ann Harris. Nicholas Jolliffe. Amy Jennifer Neal. Rabea Salome. Roland Steenbeek. Mark Vinstra. For the Graduate Certificate in Information Systems Management, Christine Michelle Holmes. For the Graduate Certificate of Business Management Project Management, Erin Fletcher. Candice Petit. Dominique Shiberis. For the Graduate Certificate of Business Management Risk Management, Yok Pink Chung. For the Graduate Certificate of Business Management Supply Chain Management, Carmen Tarrant Banks. For the Graduate Certificate of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Hai Ao Le Dung. For the Graduate Certificate of Technology Business Systems, Adrian Robert Giles. For the Master of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Gemma Veronica Cosgriff. David Adam Ehrenboim. Mark Christopher Robert Gay. Frank Rizzo. Jing Wang. For the Master of Information Systems Management, Hini Dumagay Dhananjaya Kosala de Silva. For the Master of Information Systems Management, Master of Business Administration, Timothy Rowan Redrup. For the Master of Information Technology Business Analysis, Adam Robert Hanchuk. For the Master of Information Technology Project Management, Aranta Ganesha Sama Lakshmi Narayanan. Sharon Shamindini Raj. Vikas Verma. For the Master of Integrated Marketing, Petra Caroline de Boer. Deborah Siu Young Ling. For the Master of Marketing, Cheryl Atamian. Saia Buckle. Rachel Ann Hobbs. Adam Joseph Yaffa. Megan Jane Launan. Vu Kong Feng Nguyen. Catherine Elizabeth Nolan. Lauren Elizabeth Pierce. Rowena Frances Stevens. Shang Shen Tan. For the Master of Social Investment and Philanthropy, Fiona Jane Ballantyne. Sarah Mary Davies. For the Master of Strategic Foresight, Stephen James Ryman. For the Master of Technology Business Systems, Natalie Del Pierre. Roberto Bargallo Sebastian. Kenneth Evan Thompson. Councillor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates who have successfully completed double degrees offered in collaboration with Swinburne University and Northeastern University, United States of America. For the Master of Marketing, Master of Science in Leadership, Global Leadership Program, Valentine Kuzniewski Lebrun. Tuan Hu Pham. Councillor, that concludes the awards for the Faculty of Business and Law.
Today I have the pleasure and privilege of presenting graduates from the School of Design. Swinburne takes pride in providing educational opportunities that enable our students to acquire the knowledge and skills necessary to function effectively in their chosen field of work and thereby make a meaningful difference. We are living in an ever-changing, complex world that presents numerous opportunities and challenges for you as graduates. You represent our future leadership. Embrace the challenges and opportunities you encounter, knowing that you are well prepared to understand them and to use your skills to benefit you and others. The faculty, our academics and professional staff offer our heartiest congratulations to all of our graduates on this very special day. Enjoy the experience of the day, taking pride in your achievement. Councillor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom an award has been conferred. For the Associate Degree of Applied Graphic Design, Max Rivera. Claire Siu Leng Tang. Caroline Walsh. Anak Agung Ayu Kartika Wichuksana. For the Bachelor of Design, Communication Design, Ezra Noor Akdenk. Sharbel Alawi. Laura Jane Anderson. Amy Arensi. Alexandra Morgan Ashley. Yi Yint Ong. Olivia Courtney Barton. James Andrew Borelli. Catherine Mary Brereton. Harry Edward Burrows. Poppy Calhoun. Thomas Ronald Callahan. Claire Georgina Callender. Rika Maria Carrero. Adrian Ka Chun Chan. Edward Alistair Coughlin. Eliza Kate Cornish. Bridget Catherine Crameri. Christopher Cupello. Amelia Grace Damke. Johannes Dominic de Costa. Heath John Deering. Malwal Al-Lir Deng. Zaklina Dolidis. Benjamin Joseph Dye. Bianca Rose Evans. Stephanie Yolana Ferrero. Anthony Robert Freeland. Angela Marie Garland. Shiloh Josephine Gazard. Josephine Leela Gelling. Warwick Scott Grant. Joel Michael Green. Jacqueline Ann Halach. Ruby Jean Harvey. Sarah Jane Hearn. Kelsey Elise Heineman. April Lee Hoskin. Jacqueline Marie Hunter. Michelle Elizabeth Hunter. Lauren Kate Hutton. Jenny Huyn. Alana Ray Inglis. Shu'er Chongjin. Anthony Kabashi. Lauren Kate Kelly. Maria Kochowski. Yanni Costa Kuros. Natalie Antoinette La China. Vanessa Letitia La Delfa. Christopher Lay. Jessica Ellen Lee. Catherine Victoria Lees. Robolge Ketmi Jayasanchi Lenora. Lauren Alexandra Lopatko. Jason McKellen. Charisse Alina McMonnies. Catherine Teresa Meseka. Douglas Alexandra Mollis. Marina Motina. Sandy Nguyen. Huen Mi Kao Mary Nguyen. Jessica Tewa Njo. Fernando Mendoza Pablo. Donna Lee Page. Christian James Pandelidis. Amanda Stella Pantas. Dushan Page. Erica May Roque Phillips. Anthony Poe. Sandy Pooch. Hutomo Wijaya Putra. Oliver George Putic. Karen Jessica Robertson. James Anthony Cercia. Zara Shrestha. Fern Pope Siebler. Alexandra Smith. Madeline Eve Start. Gabrielle Lee Tesorio. Emma Ann Thompson. Emily Miranda Trussler. Prachari Wolfold. Imogen Liana Wells. Alexandra Melanie Whale. Yen Yi Yo. Luke Edward Zagami. Constance Stephanie Zaharias. For the Bachelor of Design, Communication Design and the Bachelor of Business, Anya Alexandra Anakov. Christina Costanzo. Thomas Jack Edgar. Alice Victoria Mary Guzzi. Jessica Mary Hardy. Lachlan Andrew Hessing. Judith Ruth Hollander. Rebecca Almy Lewis. Ying Chin Lim. For the Bachelor of Design in Digital Media Design, Hamish John Stanley Bassett. Jonathan Piers Fraser. Danielle Giglia. Eamon Harold. Joshua Blaine Hill. Shelby Jane Hutchinson. Patrick Christian Ibrahim. Jarek Jason Iligan. Rohan Lee Lorenz. Joshua Mamolito. Shir Manor. Ned Joseph Marquis. Ryan James Mather. Benjamin Robert David O'Brien. William Edward Sheldon. Jai Patrick Swan. Alice Ting Eileen Ting. Matthew Ralph Tyler. Özgür Uzun. Grace Olivia Wilson. Justin Yong. For the Bachelor of Design, Digital Media Design and the Bachelor of Business, Samuel Robert Butler. For the Bachelor of Design, Industrial Design, Daniel Antoskovich. Priscilla Handoyo Brain. Blake Baxter Carling. Tony Vanna Chiang. Marco Ivano Chiodo. Emma Louise Ferguson. Wei Min Lee. Nicholas Rasmussen. Matthew Gerard Raymond. Joel Hendrik Reuter. Gleb Igorovich Shvetsov. Peter Johnston Smith. For the Bachelor of Design, Industrial Design and the Bachelor of Business, Lachlan John Campbell. Tenaya Louise Cornell. David John Hutchinson. For the Bachelor of Design, Interior Design, Julie Elizabeth Bacon. Wan Yi Bei. Chi Ping Cheng. Antoinette Crisara. Justine Alice Di Bella. Ali Dustar. Finiati. Tanil Louise Gribert Craig. Ya Chi Ho. Emma Carmel Hussey. Joshua Allen Lee. Melissa. Lauren Alice Nicholas. Chelsea Pearl Osborne. Debbie Suchi Permatasari. Estelle April Ritchie. Puyan Shah Ye. Jia Shen. Kate Ariel Sinclair. Chin Wen Rex Tan. Fiona Chanaka. Danyan Wang. Ashley Nicole Williamson. Ryan Mun Ho Wong. For the Bachelor of Design, Interior Design and the Bachelor of Business, Yasmin Afifi. Natalie Jane Baker. Tara Jane O'Keefe. Lauren Rogerson. For the Bachelor of Design, Communication Design with Honours, Stephanie Anne-Marie Bradley. Evelyn Caceres. Declan Joseph Cox. Millicent Grace Derrick. Siobhan Francis DeValle. Amelia Grace Ephraim's. Samuel Stephen Fullerton. Stephanie Louise Gold. Rachel Gold. Aman Gupta. Clifford James Gurney. Sarah Joan Halliday. Kurt Aaron Hardy. Rowanna Elizabeth Johns. Chintani Kushalya Kulatunge. Jenna May McKay. Cale Emmett McGann. Teresa Ann Mosso. Nathan John Nankovis. Emily Claire Shields. Nathan Wei Jiangsu. Pamela Alba Soto. Kelly Trong. Lucinda Rose Wazowski. Jessica Claire Watson. Lucy Wells. Christina Brigitte Zori. For the Bachelor of Design, Digital Media Design with Honours, Colin Jian. For the Bachelor of Design, Industrial Design with Honours, Daniel James Martin. Jonathan Nguyen. Samantha Amaya Rija. Ashley Alexander Robertson. Joshua Michael White. Hong Yu Zhang. For the Bachelor of Design, Interior Design with Honours, Sally Louise Cook. Casey Leanne Eagles. Councillor, that concludes the awards for the School of Design. I now have the honour of presenting the graduates from Swinburne Research. Councillor, graduates of higher education degrees by research must demonstrate their work meets the most rigorous standards. The outcome of their scholarship and research is examined by international experts to ensure that it makes significant and original contribution to their field. Many of our doctoral graduates have presented their work at international conferences and published in international refereed journals. They are already contributing to Swinburne's growing international research reputation. So as we congratulate them on receiving their awards, we ask that they join the university staff on stage. Although some graduates choose to remain in research, many of our research degree graduates will move into careers in industry, business, or government. Swinburne is proud that its research degree graduates have already made and will continue to make significant contributions to the advancement of knowledge, to the solution of the challenges confronting our world, and to the enrichment of communities wherever they live and work. Councillor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom a doctorate has been conferred. For all thesis citations, please refer to the graduation ceremony programme. Councillor, I present to you Dr. Nicole Amers for the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Amer's thesis title is The Mere Exposure Effect, Application to Emotionally Laden Stimuli. Councillor, I present to you Dr. Zana Jacqueline Howard for the Doctor of Philosophy. The title of Dr. Howard's thesis is Understanding Design Thinking in Practice, a qualitative study of design-led professionals working with large organisations. Councillor, I present to you Dr. James Clancy Phelan for the Doctor of Philosophy. The title of Dr. Phelan's thesis is Young Adult Fiction, Novel and Exegesis. Councillor, that concludes the awards for Swinburne Research. I now call upon James Lawrence de Bono, who graduated today with a Bachelor of Commerce in Marketing, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Councillor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Council, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Today, each student in this room has reached the end of their studies, and we're here to celebrate our graduation. On behalf of the graduating students, I would sincerely like to thank everyone who has supported us along the way. Firstly, a thank you to our friends and family. Through all the challenges and rewards, they've been there for us, and today is a reflection of that support. We are proud to have you here with us to share in the celebration of our success. We must also thank the University of Swinburne and the academic staff of Swinburne, for without their passion and on a number of occasions their patience, we wouldn't be able to be here today. Lastly, but by no means least, we also need to thank our fellow classmates. The mateship developed over the university is one that's most invaluable of the aspects of university life. There have been many times where it has been the classmates that have been the reason that we could finish that last assessment and get in an extra hour's worth of study, or so we say. Now, as we look to start a new chapter in life, we acknowledge those who have contributed thus far. The knowledge, friendship, and experience that we have gained during our time at Swinburne will help us succeed in whichever path we take. If I could finish on a quote, Tom Brokaw, a distinguished author, had once said, "You are educated. Your certification is within your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to a good life. I may ask that you think of an alternative. Think of it as a ticket to change the world." To my fellow students, congratulations and good luck for the future.
Thank you, James, for that. To Swinburne graduates, I know that today is the culmination of years of hard work and that during this time you've had the encouragement and help of family and friends. On yours and the university's behalf, I wish to thank them for the support of your studies at Swinburne and for being here today to see you graduate. Graduates, please stand, turn to face your family and friends and join me in a round of applause to say thank you to those who have helped reach this milestone. Graduates, please resume your seats. Thank you. Graduates, I do hope that you will consider that this is the beginning of a lifelong association with Swinburne. Education is a continuing process, and I hope that many of you will return to Swinburne to further your studies. I would also encourage you to keep in touch with your alma mater through Swinburne alumni. At graduation, you automatically become members, lifelong members of Swinburne alumni, and this is one way of keeping in touch after you leave the university. Swinburne University also has a growing number of chapters in other parts of the world, so even if you are leaving Melbourne, you can continue your participation in Swinburne activities. Graduates, on your behalf, I also wish to take this opportunity to thank the academic and professional staff for their contribution to your education at Swinburne. Would all staff please rise? Graduates, will you please join me in a round of applause for all the Swinburne staff. Thank you. And I now call upon Professor Linda Christensen, Vice-Chancellor and President of Swinburne University of Technology, to deliver the charge to the graduates.
Before I read the charge to graduates, on behalf of the staff at Swinburne University, I would like to congratulate you on your achievements that we are honouring today. You graduate today with a deep understanding of your discipline and an appreciation of the expectations of the professions you have chosen. You also graduate from Swinburne having gained distinctive graduate attributes and essential generic skills that we believe will help you in your future careers. Things such as an ability to problem solve, communicate, and work effectively in teams. And I trust that you have also experienced and been challenged by the values that we espouse. Your education is a foundation for your future, and I look forward to knowing of your ongoing successes in the wider community. I'm sure that you will use your qualifications successfully, both in the professions you have chosen and in the future prosperity and the well-being of your communities. One of the greatest benefits of achieving a qualification from Swinburne is the opportunity to meet and study with people from different countries and different cultures. Friendships developed can be lifelong and mutually beneficial to your career and to your country's development. I look forward to knowing of your ongoing engagement with us and wish you the very best for the future. May I now ask all the graduates to please stand. In conferral of your award, I ask you, as graduates of Swinburne University of Technology, to strive to practice the university's values of integrity, accountability, teamwork, innovation, sustainability, and respect for diversity. I ask you to seek positive and creative ways to engage with and serve your communities. I ask you to remain curious and open to new learning and new experiences. And finally, use your knowledge, talents, skills, and passion to encourage a better future for the global community. Please be seated. Be well, and again, my warmest congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the official part of the Swinburne graduation ceremony. Would you now please stand while the official party, academic procession and graduates leave the hall.
This has been a Swinburne production.